Good morning. Just spent the first night away in 2 years. When I say away, I mean away from the present Mrs. Little. Just looking across Torbay to Torquay here. Thatcher Rock ahead of us now. I'm on my old stomping ground in Paignton. This is Paignton Pier, just after sunrise this morning. The old fish and chips. Looks rather nice. Torbay is looking pretty calm this morning. At this time of year, people are allowed to walk their dogs on the beach. Funnily enough, last time I was here, I did some video. People were surfing. Not this morning. Much of my early childhood was spent in this house, the home of what was the home of my great-grandfather and my great aunts who used to live here. Gladys and Stella. Literally right opposite the house is Paignton Harbour, where I also spent a lot of my time messing about. As I walk down through here, my smell memory is taken back by the smell of crab. We used to call this little beach Fairy Cove. Now, I don't know whether it's actually called Fairy Cove or whether that is what my mother and her aunts used to call it. But we used to come down here swimming and beaching back in the day. We were making a hell of a racket, and then when I started filming you stopped. Camera shy. Lobster pots. Litter bin. So the place where my family lived is that yellow house just across there. Looks like a veritable club they've got down here, dog walking. Well, what memories I've had in the last 2 days. I've met a load of guys, 2 of whom I worked with on my very first day at work in 1969. I've met a guy who sat next to me on his very first day at school, aged 4. I've met the lady who drove me to work when I first started work in 1969. Haven't seen her for 50 years. And now I'm off to see some other old friends who we knew when we lived in Exeter. Oh, and I saw last night my first next door neighbours from my first house in Exeter. Brilliant. Some people may say, what the hell's the point of all that? Raking over all those past memories. Well, I guess I'm getting to that age. But it does mean something to me. And actually, it means a lot to the people I've been with in these last couple of days. So, yeah. And it means something to my son Tom as well, and my daughter Holly.